Scout Automobile, welcome back. Close your eyes for a moment, and imagine standing alone beneath the glow of distant city lights, hearing the slow echo of an engine that sounds less like machinery, and more like a warning. A warning that something powerful is returning, something unapologetically American, something built in an era when muscle cars ruled the streets, not with silence, but with thunder. The 2026 Ford Torino Cobra. This is a concept design and not an official production vehicle. A machine inspired by one of Ford's most legendary muscle car bloodlines, reimagined for a future where performance once again becomes emotional. This is a concept design and not an official production vehicle. From the very first glance, the Torino Cobra feels different from modern sports cars. It doesn't chase elegance first, it doesn't beg for approval. Instead, it radiates confidence through raw mechanical presence. Every inch of the body feels sculpted around power, speed, and aggression. This is not a machine designed to blend in. This is a machine designed to dominate attention. Now, begin at the rear. The back of the 2026 Ford Torino Cobra feels like pure American muscle evolved into modern form. Wide rear shoulders stretch outward aggressively, giving the car a planted stance that immediately communicates strength. A full-width LED taillight bar glows sharply across the rear fascia, cutting through darkness like a blade of red energy. The lighting signature is futuristic, but still carries echoes of classic Ford muscle identity. At the center, the Cobra emblem sits deeply engraved into a dark brushed metal panel, glowing subtly beneath the rear lighting system. It feels more like a warning symbol than branding. Beneath it, the rear diffuser is aggressively sculpted, guiding airflow with precision while visually amplifying the car's low and powerful stance. Quad exhaust outlets emerge from both sides with dark chrome finishes, hinting at the monstrous engine waiting beneath the hood. The rear bumper integrates aerodynamic channels and active airflow systems that adjust automatically depending on speed and driving mode. Nothing here exists only for decoration, everything serves performance. And when the engine starts, the rear of the car vibrates with restrained violence. Now slowly move toward the side. The side profile of the 2026 Torino Cobra captures the perfect balance between retro muscle heritage and futuristic engineering. The proportions remain unmistakably classic muscle car. Long hood, wide body, short rear deck, but every surface feels sharpened by modern aerodynamics. A powerful shoulder line stretches across the body from front to rear, catching reflections with incredible intensity. Beneath it, sculpted lower contours create dramatic shadows that make the body appear constantly in motion. The wheel arches are enormous, housing massive forged performance wheels wrapped in ultra-wide low-profile tires. The wheel design combines retro-inspired 5-spoke aggression with modern aerodynamic detailing. Behind them sit gigantic carbon ceramic brakes designed for extreme stopping power, even standing still. The Torino Cobra feels dangerous. The roofline flows smoothly toward the rear in a fastback-inspired silhouette, blending classic muscle styling with modern airflow efficiency. Black gloss trim surrounds the side glass, while flush-mounted electronic door handles maintain clean uninterrupted body lines. The side mirrors are compact and aerodynamic, designed to minimize drag while integrating cameras, blind spot systems, and intelligent visibility assistance. From this angle, the Torino Cobra looks less like transportation, and more like a predator preparing to strike. Now move toward the front left side, and suddenly, the personality changes completely. The front of the 2026 Ford Torino Cobra is brutal. A massive blacked-out grille dominates the front fascia, stretching wide across the nose like the open mouth of a beast ready to attack. At its center sits the illuminated Cobra emblem, sharp, intimidating, unmistakable. Slim LED headlights extend aggressively into the fenders, creating an angry focused expression that gives the car instant road presence. The daytime running lights glow like razor-sharp eyes locked onto the highway ahead. The hood is enormous. Muscular power bulges rise from the center while functional heat extractors release hot air from the engine compartment during aggressive driving. The hood itself feels alive with tension. Beneath the headlights, massive lower air intakes channel airflow toward cooling systems and aerodynamic tunnels integrated underneath the body. Every vent, every contour, every surface exists for speed. From this angle, the Torino Cobra does not look civilized. It looks unleashed. Now shift toward the front right side. Here, the balance of aggression and precision becomes even more obvious. Reflections glide sharply across the sculpted body panels like liquid metal under pressure. The front splitter sits extremely low to the ground, increasing downforce while visually amplifying the car's intimidating stance. Advanced driver assistance systems remain integrated almost invisibly throughout the design. Radar sensors, front cameras, and autonomous driving technologies exist quietly in the background without interrupting the car's mechanical identity. Because this machine is not about technology replacing emotion. It is about technology enhancing emotion. The front suspension geometry gives the Torino Cobra a low, wide track-ready posture. It feels deeply connected to the road even before it begins moving. Now open the door and step inside the cabin of the 2026 Ford Torino Cobra. Everything changes instantly. The outside aggression transforms into focused intensity. The interior feels like a driver-centered command center engineered for high-speed control. The dashboard wraps tightly around the cockpit, placing every critical control within immediate reach. Premium leather, Alcantara, exposed carbon fiber, brushed aluminum, and dark metallic accents combine to create an atmosphere that feels muscular rather than luxurious. Nothing feels soft for the sake of comfort, everything feels engineered. Directly ahead of the driver sits a massive fully digital instrument cluster capable of displaying performance telemetry, RPM visualization, lap timing, navigation, G-force monitoring, and customizable driving modes. The graphics are sharp, aggressive, and performance-focused. At the center of the dashboard, a modern infotainment system integrates seamlessly into the architecture. Voice control, navigation, smartphone connectivity, and vehicle customization settings operate instantly without cluttering the driving experience. The steering wheel is thick, flat-bottomed, and wrapped in perforated performance leather. Real aluminum paddle shifters sit behind it, delivering satisfying tactile feedback during aggressive gear changes. The seats are deep bolstered racing-inspired performance buckets, engineered to keep occupants firmly planted during hard acceleration and sharp cornering. Heating and ventilation systems remain integrated quietly beneath the performance-focused design. Comfort exists, but control always comes first. Ambient lighting glows subtly across the cabin structure, reacting dynamically to drive modes. In sports settings, red illumination pulses softly through the cockpit, creating an atmosphere that feels alive during nighttime driving. Even the sound inside the cabin feels mechanical and emotional. You hear the supercharger, you hear the intake breathing. You feel the engine vibrations through the chassis itself. This is not isolation from the machine, this is connection to it. Now step back outside and look at the Torino Cobra once again from a distance. At this moment, something becomes obvious. This car was never designed to be subtle. It was designed to leave an impression. Move toward the rear left side. From here, the muscular rear haunches become even more dramatic. The body widens aggressively over the rear wheels, emphasizing traction, torque, and raw American power. The fastback roofline creates a sense of continuous motion, allowing the car to appear aerodynamic without sacrificing classic muscle proportions. The rear wheel fitment looks brutally precise, giving the Torino Cobra a stance that feels almost race-ready. At this angle, the vehicle feels built specifically for long highways, midnight acceleration runs, and pure mechanical freedom. Now move toward the rear right side. Symmetry completes the visual story beautifully. Every design element aligns perfectly with the vehicle's aggressive personality. The quad exhaust outlets, rear diffuser, taillight signature, aerodynamic sculpting, and wheel positioning all work together as one unified performance statement. There is no confusion in the design language. Only force, only emotion, only power. Now let's explore what truly brings this machine to life. Under the hood of the 2026 Ford Torino Cobra lies the soul of modern American muscle reborn. A next-generation supercharged V8 engine delivers monstrous horsepower and relentless torque through a performance-focused rear-wheel drive system engineered for maximum driver engagement. The moment the engine starts, the entire car feels alive. The exhaust note is deep, violent, and unmistakably mechanical. It carries the spirit of classic muscle cars while refined through modern engineering precision. Throttle response feels immediate, acceleration feels explosive, addictive. When the accelerator is pressed aggressively, the Torino Cobra launches forward with brutal force, while maintaining remarkable chassis stability through intelligent traction management systems. The transmission shifts with lightning speed through an advanced dual-clutch performance gearbox, optimized for both drag racing acceleration and high-speed highway stability. Suspension technology adapts continuously based on road conditions and driving modes. In comfort settings, the car becomes surprisingly manageable for everyday driving. But switch into track mode, and everything changes. The suspension tightens, steering sharpens, throttle response becomes instantaneous, the exhaust valves open fully. And suddenly, the Cobra awakens completely. Steering feel remains heavy, connected, and mechanical. The driver experiences direct communication with the road surface, preserving the raw engagement that defines true muscle cars. Braking performance is equally serious. Massive carbon ceramic braking systems provide incredible stopping power even after repeated high-speed use. This car is not built for passive transportation, it is built for adrenaline. Modern safety systems operate silently beneath the surface. Adaptive cruise control, lane monitoring, blind spot awareness, emergency braking systems, and intelligent stability management assist the driver without interfering with the emotional driving experience. The driver remains central to everything. Fuel efficiency improves significantly compared to classic muscle cars, thanks to modern engine management systems and intelligent cylinder deactivation technology during highway cruising. Statstron space remains practical enough for daily usability, though the Torino Cobra clearly prioritizes performance and driver engagement above all else. And when the journey finally ends, when the engine cools beneath the hood, when city lights reflect softly across the bodywork, the Torino Cobra leaves something unforgettable behind. Not just noise, not just speed, but emotion. Because machines like this are not built merely to transport people. They are built to awaken something inside them. The 2026 Ford Torino Cobra is not simply a retro revival. It is the rebirth of American muscle attitude for a new generation. A machine that respects its heritage without becoming trapped by it. A machine that refuses softness, refuses compromise, refuses to disappear quietly into the modern automotive world. And once you experience it, ordinary performance cars begin to feel forgettable, because the Torino Cobra does not ask for attention. It commands it naturally. This is the 2026 Ford Torino Cobra. A futuristic vision of raw American performance reborn through modern engineering. And proof that true muscle. This is a concept design and not an official production vehicle. Never dies.